This is Solaris Nights with your host, William Double Double. The Solaris Open continues as fresh talent from across the inner sphere compete for a spot to take a class ranking. Produced by Donegal Broadcasting Company, the most trusted news in the Lyran Commonwealth. William Schmidt, aka the Hillbilly, you find yourself invited to the gladiatorial hall in the Apex Dragons barracks with its 13 seats.
Well, I mosey on over.
There is a spotlight on your seat, and all the other seats are darkened. And as you enter the room, very dramatically, one by one, metal shutters drop down to lock the room's view from the outside. You know, like, instead of all coming down at once.
Yeah, they got a good beat to it.
As you sit down, a very highly technical holoprojection starts in the 13th chair of the room, which does not have a name tag or a card associated with it. You recognize this immediately as clan holographic technology.
Oh.
So this ain't your inner sphere 300-year-old stuff. It's not even the cutting edge inner sphere stuff. This is clan tech, crisp, clear. The person that is seated in this chair holographically is tinted Star Wars blue, like Force Ghost blue. They're wearing a business suit. It's hard to tell whether they're male or female because the face has been blocked out. It's literally just like a black orb.
This is ominous. Okay, so Hillbilly's going to be kind of like a little freaked out, a little weirded out, doing his best to hold it in.
Now, I'm talking mid-90s crime show news interview level of voice scrambling technology. William Schmidt, you have been chosen by the silent investors to be the new stable champion.
And you would be?
I speak for the rest of us.
All right. Well, thank you for the honor. This is a very intense situation. Kind of feel like you're about to ask something of me.
We have procured for you, at your request, 4 interns. You will need to choose which, if any, mechs they are assigned to, and which, if any, pilots they are assigned to shadow.
Okay. Well, I think I can handle that. That doesn't sound so bad.
Their dossiers are taped under your seat. Continue to bring excellence to Apex Dragons, William Schmidt. We will be watching.
Well, that I can do.
The lights slowly come up in the room. The person in the chair dissipates. As the lights come up, they like slowly transparent out, and then the machine that is holographically projecting them turns off. You know, you no longer hear the fan running.
Yeah, the whirring stops.
I mean, it was a very heavy power draw, so.
Whew, is there anybody in the room besides me?
No. Sorry,
no,
no,
just
it's
me.
you.
Okay, well, that was interesting. So I'm going to take a look at these dossiers, start leafing through. What do I see?
The first dossier is for a 23-year-old woman from Rasselhag who only goes by the name Linhilder. She is an idealist in the FRR cause. She saw some of your advertisements with Rasselhag Blood Sports and thought you would be a good pick for her. She's a former miner, space miner, who made her way to Solaris and is really hoping to get a slot on the internship program.
Okay.
The second is a recommendation from one of your gladiators. Nicholas Cosmo Sokolov has recommended Pavlusha Konstantin, a young man from the Capellan Confederation, with no other information about him.
Okay.
Next is a recommendation from one of the silent investors for Saya Jade Falcon. She is associated with Racing Teams. Their lead racer, Trace Billings, adopted her. She's 18 years old, fully encompasses clan culture, and is a light and medium mech pilot and has been mech racing for the last couple of years.
Oh, interesting.
The last intern is Astrid Elsa Daughter. She is a orphan from the planet of Rasselhag and believes that the ideals of democracy that the Free Rasselhag Republic stood for are dead, and that only force and authority matters, and she wants to learn to be the best so that she can take back her homeland and reform it into a new image.
Interesting. She sounds intense.
Yes, when you want to completely take over a planet and form a new nation, you are something of a firebrand.
Yeah. Oh boy. Those are some decisions. When do I need to make these decisions?
By the end of this episode.
By the end of this episode. Oh man. Okay. This is a big deal. All right. Well, I will ponder on that for a second.
So it should be noted that you only have 3 mechs and 4 pilots.
Yeah.
Now, you don't have to give any of them mechs to start with.
Yeah. Okay.
You don't have to assign them to a mech. You will have to assign them to a pilot, however.
Gotcha. Okay. Mech-wise, remind me which ones we have that are non-used. The crab.
You have a Crab 27 called the Tamatoa. You have a damaged Shadowhawk 2HB SDLF Royal. And you have a Phoenix Hawk 1C Special SDLF.
Okay. Cool. All right.
You know what? It's SLDF. And someone even recently messaged me about that because I was saying it wrong.
That's an easy one to flip. All right. Whew.
I mean, it's not as catchphrasey as Geo because you matter.
That's right. We all matter. Geo matter.
We're all matter. Everything is matter.
Exactly. Okay. Well, man, that feels like a lot of responsibility. Like I'm going to determine some people's lives here. Excellent. Cool. Well, I will ponder on that for a minute and come back to it. Oh, man.
Okay. Is there anything you'd like to do before your interview?
Let's see. Before my interview,
oh, and I just want to mix things up with you a little bit more.
Okay.
You have a request from Team Minxful.
Okay.
They would like to have their pilot show up with you at the interview to show that no matter who wins, nobody loses.
Oh, okay.
And the second thing is that they want to step back the rhetoric with you. Like, they want to no longer be Team Minxful and Apex Dragons. They want to be Team Minxful and the Hillbilly.
Oh, interesting. So they'd rather be associated with me than Apex Dragons?
Yeah.
Is that what I'm supposed to take away from that? Okay.
Yes.
I got you. Is that going to upset the stable? Are they coming directly to me with that request then?
Yes.
Interesting.
Because everything that they've done so far business-wise has more or less been through you.
Sure.
And
I believe Amos had organized the calendar initially as well. So, yeah, okay, interesting. I am happy to. My response would be that I'm happy to let their pilot join me for the interview, and to make sure that it's presented like, you know, this is entertainment and we're in this together, and, you know, no matter who wins, we both do. Oh man, this is going to be upsetting to some folks, but yeah, I mean, Hillbilly's willing to sort of let C-Bill essentially take the lead on how the marketing should be played for these types of things. He thinks that she's probably got the better marketing savvy compared to what we have shown. So if she thinks it's best to sort of walk back the Apex Dragons right now in the midst of this controversy, then he's going to follow her lead on that.
Okay. Excellent. Excellent.
In that vein, leading up to the match, and with the sort of stable champion out there, I would like to essentially reach out to Elizabeth and just sort of see what type of marketing opportunities are available. Like, just go do some events, do some ribbon cutting, like visit the malls, do some signatures,
Okay.
whatever she thinks makes sense.
Elizabeth obviously hasn't slept since the incident. Where normally she tries to keep her hair somewhat kept and then strands slowly grow loose throughout the day. Her eyes are puffy. There are dark circles. It's clear that she's been crying at some point. She hasn't changed her clothes in almost 24 hours, and there's a coffee stain. She's exhausted. She's very tired. And when you show up at her office, she's just like, William, congratulations.
Well, thanks.
I understand the investors wanted to speak with you. What's this meeting about? You can see that she's got like 6 phones all on hold with blinking red lights.
We got a lot going on right now. I can see you're real busy, but I was thinking that maybe we could parlay into some sort of positive PR somewhere else in a different arena.
Please, could you anything that you could do that portrays you as non-criminal? And maybe if you could step up the inner sphere a little bit, maybe just say something very nice about Solaris, the Lyran Commonwealth.
I can rock that.
Just inner sphere in general, anything involving the words inner and sphere together.
Inner and sphere. You know what? You got it. I will do my best to stay out of the
Look, I trust you. You're the only gladiator who hasn't made any big splashes yet.
Yeah, so far. I mean, I feel like I'm going to stumble into it sooner or later, but to preempt
Please do not. Please do not.
Well, do we have any local
There's
events
nothing in your background,
on?
right? Like, you've never killed a cat or held up a Tortugan Alliance flag.
Certainly not.
Sang rap lyrics with racial slurs.
Oh, no, definitely.
Okay,
definitely
good.
Not.
Good. Look, I can schedule some sort of mech christening or like drop
there we go.
ship.
What can I do to help you?
Yes. All right. I'll see what I can do. And then she looks for a phone that isn't busy. Go ahead and make your entertainment roll, and let's see if you can negotiate your way into it.
Is entertainment instinct or corporate?
I think it is. Isn't entertainment its own stat?
Oh, you're right. Entertainer. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Okay, so I've just got a 0 on that. Here we go. Oh, 3.
Oh, no, sorry. It's a corporate role because you're expanding your media influence.
Corporate, so that's a 3 and a -1 for me. So 2 total. That's bad.
Okay.
I will save my edge, though.
Talks fail, and you can't use this move again until you level.
Okay, fair enough.
All right, so I think what we get is like you standing in front of a drop ship, like hitting it with a bottle, and the media is just flashing pictures, and they're just screaming like, "How do you feel about Seth Ghostbear? What about the rumored alliance between Apex Dragons and the clans?"
Yeah, and that's where Hillbilly starts to get tongue-tied and just can't quite answer the questions, and eventually
Why
just
can't you answer our questions?
Oh shoot! Yeah.
Yeah, fail. And listen, this is not the nice press you're used to, where they ask you questions politely. Like, these people follow you back to your car with a flurry of shutters and flashes, and have like microphones out. They're like trying to talk to your car's driver, and they're like, "Tell us what's going on inside the stable."
Yeah, straight up paparazzi style. Yeah, Hillbilly is fleeing as best he can before the onslaught.
I feel like that is the story right now. Like, underneath everything else, it's you like getting into a car looking really weird as you get in. It's in black and white, and it says "Hillbilly flees media." Why is he afraid of the microphone in smaller letters?
I did my best, but it failed.
Somewhere. 6 months have just been knocked off of Elizabeth Carmelian's life.
She was like, "I had faith in you." Complete failure. Yeah, I mean, I think that's all I needed or wanted to really try before the interview. Because I'm coming into this with 4 stress already, so I do have to be careful about what else I do. Can't do any research, that's for sure.
Is so you don't have anything else you want to do before the interview?
I mean, I'll have stuff that I do during the interview, but
And what is your meat and stress at right now?
my meat is I'm healed up full.
Okay,
My stress
good,
is
good.
at 4, so I come in with the phantom stress,
Oh
right? Or the
boy,
phantom
that's
meat.
not so good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
don't
you
like
and
that.
Elizabeth are in the same category then.
Well, I just had this weird ominous meeting with a faceless, voice scrambled individual who told
Certainly
me to
doesn't
keep
help.
up the good work.
Look, the thing about being at the top is you have to make it look effortless.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't let them see me sweat. Which they just saw me sweat as I ran away from the media.
Perfect. My favorite. This might be my favorite Hillbilly scene of all. People were saying that yesterday's episode was possibly the best one we've ever had.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Let's follow it up with another
appreciated
great
it.
one right here.
You
Not
got
that I ever don't pull out all the stops, but
That's right.
yeah. So you end up in an interview with William seated across from the pilot known as Knockout.
right.
We get a better look at her than before. She's allowed her hair to go back to its natural, fully black color. She's wearing extremely short shorts and a somewhat revealing athletic bra.
Okay.
And she's also got on a Star League era Neura helmet. So instead of a giant brick like most of you wear, or a smaller head helmet like Seth and Kyle wear because they pilot clan machines, hers is basically just like, it's almost like a tiara or like a headband, essentially.
Okay. Would that have been what Amos wore when he was in the Shadowhawk?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there's something about her that screams intensity, and there's a slight Eurasianness. Maybe it's the eyes about her as she's seated across from you. They just got done playing her promo, which was her talking to individuals across Solaris and trying to convince the Solaris Civic Council that elementals should be allowed to compete in the Solaris games, and that it is wrong to exclude elementals, specifically elemental women who all around Solaris are harassed as figures of like titillation and like pornographicness, right? They're pursued as this like ideal, but they're not actually allowed to do anything in Solaris because they can't, pilot mechs unless they have one and are trained in it, which is pretty rare for an elemental, and they can't use their suits and their own skills anywhere except in the illegal bedding of the blood pits.
Sure. Yeah, so Knockout's looking for some equality here.
Yeah.
I can appreciate that.
So when that ends, William is like, and here we are. A battle between Apex Dragons stable champion William Schmidt and Team Minxful Celeste, aka the Knockout. William, win or lose, someone is walking away with rank 85 today. You are the challenger here. This could be a big move up for you in your career. You are coming off of a string of victories, including a incredible shot against Texas Red.
Yeah. I had one little stumble along the way, but it's been a nice path so far, and I'm hoping that today continues that course. But obviously, we got Knockout here, and the name doesn't come for nothing. She certainly knocked out a competitor or two.
So you'd say you have respect for Team Minxful?
Oh, 100%. Team Minxful, they go out there, they do the work, they do it in the mech and off the field, and they know how to run the show and keep it entertaining. And I think that's what we're here for here on Solaris, right, people?
For our live studio audience, some of our staff are handing out the Billy Slims strawberry flavored.
Fantastic product.
Yeah, so it's the one that represents Knockout. Okay. Now, I understand this is a product innovation that you created, William. Can you tell me what is the secret blend that goes into them that makes them so chewy and yet flavorfully juicy?
That's not something I can reveal. You know that. That's the secret sauce. You know, that's what's going to keep this thing floating.
I had to try.
I understand.
Let's talk more about the match today. You have to know what your opponent is piloting. What are your thoughts going in?
Do I know? Wait, out of character.
The only time you've seen Knockout is when she's piloting a Hunchback 2C.
Ah, okay, yeah. Well, let me tell you, I think you should know by now that I love me a Hunchback and the evolution thereof. You know, it's something beautiful about it. It's raw power. It's brutal aesthetic. You know, this is going to be a battle for the ages. Coming up with the Hunchback that I got against this Hunchback 2C. AC-20s flying all over the field. It's going to be danger, but I love it. That's what I'm here for.
All right, so across from you can see that she's nodding. William, I want to change topics. There's a lot going on lately. You are the face of Apex Dragons. I know that sometimes you and Kyle Morgan try to sneak out from comments on this, but there's going to be no dodging the events of the last week. Why don't you explain to me what's happening?
Well, yeah, it's complicated, isn't it? You know what? Well, we got Omega Tanaga. We can start there, right? He comes at us. He's got a lot to say, talking about his genetic superiority, and he's going to crush us and push us out the way, and we will be dust beneath his heel, and blah, 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 blah. Well, that changed, didn't it? You know, that didn't quite go to plan. He got broken on Seth Ghost Bear and Kyle Morgan there. I mean, come on. What a match. It ended in a slightly ugly fashion, but you know, you can't deny the result and what that says. You know, basically what I have to say to Omega Tanaga is, at this stage, I think the world has seen, Solaris has seen what he's made of, and it's nothing. Genetic superiority. Come on now. We got it right here. This here's Apex. This here's Dragons. You can't touch us.
Okay, I'd like you to roll to make a controversial statement. I wasn't going to make you do that until that last part right there.
7.
All right, you get the choice. Reduce your stress by 1 or gain 1 glory.
I will reduce my stress by 1 for sure.
You feel a lot better after just letting all that off your chest. You know, the really interesting thing about this move is that I created it specifically because of all of my crazy ranting during Battletech intros.
I like it. I mean, it just drives the story real well. Okay.
You can see that your opponent is getting a little... It's subtle, but she's uncomfortable with your political posturing.
Okay. Interesting.
There's a slight shift.
Now, you know, Naka, you got something you need to say?
I think it's the part of Solaris Mech Warriors to be entertainers and fight battles. And to choose causes well. Taunting our opponents like that isn't something that I support or stand for. I think that there's a lot that we can do in the ring to advance our ideals without needing to bring other people down. And I thought you were a pilot like that, William, and I'm sorry to find out that you aren't one.
Knockout. Now, I do understand how you might feel that way. The thing I would caution you with is that Omega Tanaga walked down that field with nothing but hate in his heart. You know, compare that to what you saw from Apex. That was a clanner and an inner sphere pilot out there together, fighting the good fight. You know, being a little more than just enemies. That's the path to the future. You know, we can't be fighting those battles that Omega's got in his back pocket for the rest of time here. At some level, we're going to have to accept that each other are here. We're not going anywhere. We're all human at the end of the day. And honestly, that's something for Hunter and my own stable to think about. He can't be going off down that path. That's not the right way. You know, they're people too. Doesn't matter whether you were grown in a tube or not. Still humans.
You know, I find that term very offensive.
Which term? I'm sorry.
Grown in a tube. That's not how it works for Clan Trueborn.
Honestly, I don't know. And there's a lot that I don't know specifically, on this topic. And I apologize if I misstep. I do not mean to.
Okay, I'd like you to roll about making another controversial political statement.
There we go.
What's great is that you aren't doing this on purpose.
Yeah, that's a 3. So
you reduce your glory by 1.
Okay.
Oh, you want to edge it?
I'm kind of leaning towards it because this feels like one that should be 1.
Okay.
But I might want that edge later.
You might want that glory later.
I might want that glory later. Yeah, all right, we'll edge it. Let's do it. See what happens. That's a 6. Oof, no good.
No, still no glory. Reduced by 1.
Glory. Okay.
Yeah, it comes off poorly in the media for you to just be like, oh yeah, they're born in a test tube. And then you're like, well, actually, I don't know that much about it.
He was trying to be nice.
Truly has been the fall of Apex Dragons.
It's not good.
Bad 24 hour. This will be remembered in stable history. Don't worry.
Yeah.
It'll be like that time Triple H broke kayfabe and then they punished him for like 2 years.
Yeah, Apex is going to be feeling the consequences of this one.
Yeah, your opponent just stands up and says, I'm not going to stand here and deal with this ignorance and racism. I thought you were a different man, William Schmidt.
Well, he is like genuinely sheepish, like in no way meant to offend, and like is actually upset. Like,
she gives you the glower that only an extremely attractive woman can give you. And then marches off the stage with her neuro helmet in her hand as she heads out to go get her mech.
Yeah, I think I missed the mark on that one.
So William is just like, well, more media attention for Apex Dragons. Though I can understand not knowing about clan culture. I've learned a lot here in my time as a talk show host.
Yeah, I guess I might need to jump into a book or two, talk to Seth a bit more. I don't know.
Have you considered talking to someone about how clan babies are made? I assure you it doesn't involve storks, he says as he smiles at the camera.
Well, I hope not. Although, I mean, there seems to be a few animals involved somewhere.
I feel like you get a couple laughs from the studio audience before someone quiets them down. William,
Dubs.
I don't know if I should be
sideways.
asking. It's a little raw and fresh here about the consequences this could mean for your media partnership with Team Minxful. But allow me to ask, how do you feel that you are going to fare in this battle?
Well, personally, I think that I have prepared as best I can. You know, I don't know exactly how this is going to go. The machine that she's going to be piloting is very dangerous and absolutely can go toe-to-toe with what I'm bringing to the table. So I just don't know. I think this is a 50-50 shot, but I do believe in myself. I believe in my machine. So
now our analysts are telling us that you can get through any point of her armor with your main weapon, but she has trouble getting through many points of your armor with her main weapons.
Well, that bodes well. That bodes well. My goal is to get in there, get my one good shot, and get in close and see what we can do.
Now you're fighting today in the Black Hills, Federated Suns territory, Boreal Reach, a holographic battlefield maintained to look, at the moment for this calendar year, like a icy frozen wasteland with changing terrain. How do you intend to cope with the element of randomness?
Well, shoot, just roll with the punches. That's my plan. Nope, can't really do much more than that.
Very well. Well, as you know, the Boreal Reach is the most popular of all of the 5 open class arenas.
We'll hopefully put on enough of a show to do it justice.
All right. So as he ends the interview, unless you have something else you want to do,
that should do it.
as you are waiting for your mech to finish inspection, which is taking a little bit longer than normal because your mech is so heavily customized, you can see them attaching green tags to everything, like every knee joint, every electrical conduit, just making sure that everything on your mech checks out and there's no cheating and you won't accidentally injure yourself using a bad mech. Someone wearing a tech outfit, like a mech tech, walks up next to you, adjusts his collar and says, "So, you're you William Schmidt, huh?"
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah. Hey, look. He hands you a business card.
Reach out and take it.
He says, you know, in this line of work, it's dangerous not to have friends in high places on Solaris. You never know what's going to happen, and you seem like the kind of man with the kind of organization that needs friends. A lot of dangerous things happening lately. A lot of fiery rhetoric. You know what I mean?
I do. I feel you. What are you offering?
He points to the card.
All right. I read it.
All black, and in white text, there's a top hat, and it reads underneath it, Bertoli.
Bertoli.
I'm with the family.
Yeah.
He slaps you on the back and says, you could be part of the family too.
You know, my friend, I actually do have a family. I think I might have enough of them.
You know what?
Hand him the card.
You'd better keep that. I think that we'll be speaking again, William.
Well, can't say I'm looking forward to it.
All right, he gives you a look like you're gonna regret this as he leaves. Anything else you'd like to do before your match?
No, I can't think of anything.
All right. Knockout forgoes her usual lengthy intro sequence to just do a explosive 15-second musical punch before storming to her mechade at the arena. What do you got?
All right. Well, so Hillbilly was expecting maybe a little bit more of a sort of team entrance from the Minxful side on this one, but clearly stumbled a bit in terms of his interview. So he's gonna be coming out to some sort of like futuristic mix of Cotton Eye Joe and
I'm just trying to imagine what that sounds like.
Right. I have no idea, but I think it would be beautiful.
What is that instrument that you play by moving your hands?
The theremin.
It's the theremin synth remix of Cotton Eye Joe.
Yeah. And it's beautiful. and he just kind of goes through his normal intro, right? Like, you know, shoots the musket, takes a shot of whiskey, hops up into the mech, kind of cracks his knuckles. Let's do this. He's in his jorts.
Shorts. Fucking love jorts. Not like for me, but just the idea of jorts in general.
Exactly.
All right. Let's see here. Let's roll for initiative.
All right.
Gotta get my dice. I need
is a 7.
Federated Suns dice for today.
Ooh.
6. You will choose which map edge and opposite edge we battle over.
Well, let's see. I will choose this side.
All right. So her Hunchback 2C has been repainted with like a sort of strawberry color. It's still got her on the side of it in like a full length van airbrush sort of deal. Yeah, this is okay for me.
Okay. Is she herself an elemental? Did I forget this?
No,
okay.
She's a resident of the inner sphere.
Gotcha. Now we'll go here.
Oh, she's just very passionate about political process in terms of. Oops. Set that to state 1. Okay. Number 4. We're turning on 1 and 2. Number 11. 1, 3, 2. Number 10 is 3, 3, 1. 10 here.
There we go.
Okay.
This is neat.
Yeah, so as your mechs are walking out, the battlefield begins changing in dusty blows of snow. As your vision is temporarily whited out, when it comes back, there's just like huge ice pillars in its place.
Little avalanches spilling off them as they move.
As she raises her mech's 2 arms towards you and shrugs the massive shoulder cannons that make up her mech's layout, she says over open comms, "I didn't want it to have to be like this, William."
I respond, neither did I. I'm really sorry that I offended you.
Well, I can't let you take my rank now.
Well, you were going to let me before? Come on now.
I was going to give you a challenge.
Well, I appreciate it. Hope you still do.
7.
Oh, 7, yeah. Yeah, initiative. There we go. Ooh, that's a 9 for me.
Okay. She remains standing still.
Ooh, knockout. Taking it easy this round. I get it. How far away are we right now? Just outside of her range. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm just going to take, let's see, 2 steps forward.
Then 2 steps back, then 2 steps forward.
Right. We're just going to start doing a little line dance here. I think that's the right distance to be just out of your range.
Yep, that's 13 hexes.
Perfect.
All right. Nothing happens then, right? You don't have anything long range?
No, nothing for that range, that's for sure.
All right, 10.
Ooh, 5.
You're moving first.
I am moving first. Well, shoot. Perfect. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's 4 hexes at the run, so that's a red 2.
She jumps to 10 hexes away from you. Which I believe is outside your purview.
Oh, yeah. That is outside of range.
She's going to fire 2 ER medium lasers at medium range.
Okay.
You have cover.
Mm-hmm.
That is actually a hit. Right arm.
Yeah. Okay. What's that? 5 damage?
5 damage.
You got it.
Yeah, so first blood, you sail in towards her. She jumps sideways and back, staying just out of your range. You're trying to get that gold crosshair change. She's just, like it flickers occasionally, you almost get in range, and then she tosses 2 red beams at you that are quite bright and thick, and one of them slams into your arm. The damage isn't too bad, but
I open comms real quick and just say, "Oh, we're dancing now. This is more like it."
Okay. Cotton Eye Joe remake starts playing again. 13 is 3, 4, 2.
What's that?
6 is 3, 4, 1. Getting a lot of raises up. Oh, 6 again. Gotta reroll. 1 is 2, 4, 3. My thanks again to Sidious, who worked on making this map.
Yeah, this is amazing.
Things are getting crazy right now as another snowstorm settles in for almost a full second. It is just the holographic projectors around beaming like huge amounts of snowstorm imagery right onto your mech's cockpit, and once it clears, there are more ice pillars around. The battlefield is rapidly becoming cover filled. Let's roll.
Need to win this one.
7.
That is a 11.
My goodness, that's not so good for me, huh?
I needed that.
All right, so you're not heated up. You're still a 4/6.
Yep.
All right, I jump backwards. 4 hexes.
All right. Well, I will move for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I believe it's still the 2. So what's that do? Line of sight wise.
She can still see you.
Mm-hmm.
She's over this pylon and
I'm not firing out close enough.
Correct.
Do I get half cover or something?
10, 11, 12, 13. All right,
Beautiful.
you're in her range.
Oh, I shouldn't have gone that one extra.
But I think to hit you will require a 13, so I'm not going to bother.
Okay.
Might require a 12. Either way, it's not worth taking embarrassing snapshots. That's not who she is. 8.
That is 11.
Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry, I forgot to roll for the arena.
Oh, yes.
11 is 3, 3, 2. 13 is 3, 4, 2. It's just not even moving, actually. And 6 again, 2, 4, 3.
Yeah, it's getting tall in here.
All right, I must move first. And I do not move.
Okay. Well, get started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, I believe. Make sure I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9
hexes.
So just in range. There we go. So, and then, yeah, I think that was still four total hexes that I moved. Yeah. So.
Okay. So
That's the one.
she's going to fire her Ultra AC-20s in Ultra mode.
Okay.
And that's all she's going to shoot this round.
Okay. This is Weather the Barrage.
I don't think you have cover from her. Correct. So.
Yeah, those are level 2.
Boy, this is not the kind of numbers you want to be defending against. That is a hit, and it is a double hit. Center torso takes 20.
Okay. Man.
Right arm takes 20.
Okay, that goes internal for sure.
It's blown off. You lose the right arm entirely.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it does. And that goes 1 into the left torso.
You mean the right torso?
Yes, sorry. Right torso.
Yeah, it is like a chaos sphere that hits you. Just one of those shoulder-mounted cannons is just spraying all over your mech, and armor is falling off at a rate that you really don't want to see.
This is bad.
Shot 2. That is also a hit, and it is also a double hit.
Wow.
Left torso for 20.
Yeah, that clears that armor.
Yeah, this is the problem with her fighting you, is that you can penetrate any of her defense zones. And she's got a 20 to your left leg.
Okay, yeah, that clears that armor. Yeah. I am a lot lighter all of a sudden.
Best believe in piloting checks because you're in one.
Yeah, absolutely.
She clears 4 of her 10 rounds in one shot.
Yeah. That was a good one.
As this is happening and every single shot hits, like everyone in the crowd is erupting. Your fans, her fans, everyone's got something to say about it. All of the like advertising around the arena changes to like flashing knockout signs, which are her, this is her signature move, is the opening almost total destruction of the enemy mech. We've never seen her do it on camera, but she does it in other matches where she's not chasing Cosmo down.
Of course. Yeah, and this is the moment for like Hillbilly where everything just kind of slows down. He's got like the sweaty tunnel vision.
So I want to tell you that you even if you don't remember seeing it, your character has definitely reviewed matches of hers before. She's better than she used to be. She has had a significant leap in improvement in her accuracy lately.
That makes sense.
It has been like a month and a half since anyone's seen her, so she must be intensely training.
Okay.
William the Hillbilly Schmidt, you haven't lost anything critical yet, but you have a lot of places where things could go bad for you.
Yes.
I would point out your left torso is now exposed, and if you take a critical there,
it's over.
You're torched. Yeah, you've already used your edge too,
I used my edge, yeah, absolutely. That's why I was like concerned about using it when I did, but I was like, I really want, but no.
You are living life in a dangerous zone, so I'm going to ask you at the end of this round whether you want to eject or not, or at the very least eject your ammo. But for now, I want to ask, what do you do? What are you shooting?
Oh, I am shooting everything that is in range, which is 7 medium lasers and my AC-20.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So you're getting a little spicy there then. Okay.
Yeah, we're going to go up. So that'll take me to, I think at the end of this, plus 12 heat. Yeah, plus 12 heat.
Okay.
So, golly. Yeah, we'll start with the AC-20. And that's going to be, for me, I start at 3 because I dropped that stress before the battle. I get the plus 2 for running. So that's 5, and then this is long range, and for me that's a plus 2. So, yeah, that's 7 to hit for all of these. If I'm doing that math correctly. So, here we go. AC-20. That's a hit, in shoot, where's the location? 6 with a 10 on the crit.
Okay, what is 6?
6 is his front, so that's right torso.
Okay, that is internal.
So that does crit, right?
That's correct.
I got a 10 on the crit, so that's 2 crits. Because I have the human TRO, so I get a +1 to the crit roll.
Yes. -8 on the torso will be 4. 2 crits could be pretty bad for her.
You ready?
Yeah, give me 2d6 rolls.
All right. First one is a 5-1.
She loses her right torso AC 20.
Okay. And the second one is a 5-1. So
Roll
reroll.
again.
And that is a 2-3.
That's another part of the AC 20, so it's damaged but not destroyed.
Okay.
Works for me. Works for me. Certainly could have gone worse. Could have hit the ammo.
Yeah. If only. All right. So first medium laser for 7. That's a miss. Second medium laser. That's a miss. Third is a hit in location 4, right arm, for 5.
Okay, got it.
Fourth laser is a miss. Fifth laser is a hit in location 8, left torso.
Okay.
And 6 is a miss. And last one is a miss.
Okay.
Oof. All right. Yeah, do I eject? Do I eject?
Well, you still have to roll for knockdown.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
We
yeah.
gotta make our PSRs, both of us.
Yep, that's true. Okay.
She fails.
Oh,
I am gonna spend her point of edge
I'll fail again.
to succeed. Exactly.
Ooh.
How about you, buddy?
Here we go. So I just need to hit my piloting skill, right?
+1.
+1, so 5. That's a pass. I got an 8. So
Now you must make the decision, sir. Your ammo is dangerously exposed. You're missing.
Oh, gosh.
Any one hit from her AC 20 could torch you, but a double hit would be increasingly bad.
I've been in this situation before,
Yeah.
and I've just gone for it. So I feel like that's just what I got to do. One more round at least.
She builds 4 points of heat. How about you?
I'm at 12 heat.
Oh boy. All right, that's a +1 to hit, and
Yep.
a good amount of movement reduction, although you do have TSM, so.
Yeah, so I just essentially stay at my current.
No, it'll give you
Oh, that's
a
right.
-1, so
first.
you're back to a 4/6.
Yeah.
Even with TSM running.
Right. Okay.
Got to get that supercharger, man.
I know.
5 initiative.
5 initiative. Here we go. 5 initiative. All right.
Let's do it. 2 pilots, no edge, no shits.
6.
7.
Oh.
Let me roll for the map before you make any movement decisions.
Sure.
It could change the way that you wish to move.
It could.
7 is 2, 3, 1. Six. Wow, 6 is coming up a lot. Is 1, 2, 3. It's too bad 6 isn't in a more useful area. And 2 is 3, 2, 3. All right, it's time for you to make your move.
All right. So line of sight question here. So if I were to back up twice and be sort of down in this spot here,
This would matter, but she'd still be shooting over this thing because she's taller than it. You wouldn't get cover either because, again, she's above you shooting down.
Gotcha. And so same thing. If I go here, then there's no cover.
Here would give you cover. if she didn't move and, to somewhere along the sides.
Sure. What about like by these two pylons? That's changes.
So they're too high,
next to them?
Unfortunately. So you can't. If you were standing behind them, she could see down on you. Unfortunately.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, that's a dilemma for me.
This would be cover, I think. Yeah. Let me get that aerial view on this particular one.
I don't think I can get there. Yeah, no, I can't get there.
A non-jump jet hunchback. Wonder what that's like.
Yeah, it's sad as much as it's a
Mech
little
Commander
bit.
fans out there know that you always get the J variant of any mech.
That's fair. I did think about picking up the Mountaineer and being able to get the level changes a little easier. That might have made things
so there's a bunch of levels in Mech Commander where being able to jump your entire force over walls to just capture turret control buildings instead of fighting all the turrets lets you skip huge amounts of fights and content. So I just made all my lances jump jet lances. Catapults were the greatest thing to ever be invented.
It's heavily incentivized in a lot of the games.
Well, I mean, it's also penalized because it takes a lot to run the jump jets, and they're very spicy hot.
That's true.
Oh, William, what will you do now? Will you use your massive heat build to charge in and get the best shot possible before going out?
I mean, that's kind of the only chance I've got, because any movement that she makes can bring her out of my range and still into her. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. Yeah. 5. No, that kind of cuts me off, doesn't it? Yeah, I guess I stop here. That's only 3 hexes.
It's a red one.
Yeah. And this is where I get lit up, and the Hillbilly might have his last charge.
That's 6. And stopping at 6 hexes pains me deeply. One, 2, 3. This is too high, right? Yes, so she has cover from you.
I will. Just in the legs, or I can't see her at all?
The legs. She's so the top of her mech is leaning over.
Yeah, all right.
The cover bonus works incredibly well for her. So that is a green 1. Yep, that all works pretty well for me. I didn't want to give you the best possible shot, but this keeps all of my bonuses pretty high while keeping my outgoing shooting pretty low. Please, go ahead. Choose what weapons you'll fire with.
Okay.
Just remember, if you choose way too much heat stuff, you could blow your own ammo load, killing you.
Yeah, that's bad. That's just a little bad. So I'm going to generate the 2 heat for running already. So yeah, it's going to be today AC 20 and 3 medium lasers and a small. So for the AC 20 and the 3 mediums, those are all at short range. And you get the +1 for your walk, and I get the +2 for my.
I get the +1 for the cover as well.
Yes. Okay. So +2 for you. So what's that? 7s again for those. I do believe, which will make it a 9 for the small. So, all right, AC 20. That's a miss.
That's rough. I commiserate.
Yeah, that's what I needed. All right, 3 mediums. That's a miss. That's a miss. Ooh, that's a miss. All right, the small at the 9.
All you need to do is hit that ammo in the right torso.
Oh, that's another miss. Just
the Hillbilly. I'm so sorry. Let me do some math real quick.
He's sweating.
Okay. Nothing to worry about. Firing an ultra and alpha striking. That is an ultra. 20 to the left leg. No crit.
20 to the left leg.
Yep.
Yeah, that leg's gone.
Snaps the leg out and goes up into the torso.
And that goes no crit. You said
no crit.
So
8 torso
12,
damage.
Yeah, 8 on the torso.
The second hit also hits that same leg, so you take another 20 to the left and then center torso.
Yeah. That's if that kills the left torso, that's the ammo.
I know. I'm gonna have to roll for a critical now that the torso's dead and your left arm falls off.
Okay. So then, how much into the center? 14. That does go internal for the center as well.
I don't have a critical on it, but I do roll for the left torso. Oh, you didn't have any other weapon in the left arm.
Yeah.
Boy, I put down a piloting skill thing, but you definitely fall at the end of this, so you're going to take head damage and get hurt. You could try to glory out of that, though, which would be a good idea. All right.
Yeah.
So we're rolling to see if your ammo touches off. It does not.
Lucky me.
ER medium 1 is a hit. Right torso for 5.
Okay.
Nothing particularly special there.
No.
And that is a hit as well. Left arm, which will transfer to center torso for 5.
That almost scored it.
No critical, but your mech is a stick, essentially.
That's good. Yep. It's wide open.
I have really bad news for you, because you are gonna fall at the end of this because you lost a leg. You could. The chances, given that your left leg, left torso, and left arm are all missing, the chances that you'll fall onto your center torso and destroy your own mech are extremely high.
They are.
Let me turn to page 68 right now. So let's talk about falling.
It's gonna be exciting.
You fall forward, which is not as good as what you would want, because if you fell backward, you could at least use your rear armor.
Yeah.
What's the weight of your mech? 50?
50 tons.
All right, you're going to take 5 damage. Okay. I would like you to roll on the table to see where you get hit. You're just going to take 5 to that location. You can just roll these dice. Roll the regular to hit. We're just looking for the location.
6.
Right torso for 5.
Is that good for me?
It is good for you. It means that your mech survives. As do you. I need you to make a piloting skill roll to see if you as a pilot take damage from the fall.
That is a 6.
Your piloting is 4. You need to hit a 5, so you're good. You ride the damage down without being destroyed. Now here's the thing. You are still a legitimate contender. You could try to, you still have weapons, and you could try to prop yourself up to use them, or you could surrender.
Yeah, no, I will open comms and say knockout. Woo! That was brutal. You got me.
All right. But by the time you say you got me, she's already turned and is stomping off the battlefield.
Fair enough.
With the kind of grace that only a clan mech's unusual gyro system has. You are left in the dirt at rank. What was your rank before this?
I don't know.
Your rank before this was rank 88.
Okay.
A hillbilly. Marking it down.
All right.
Been a rough week for rank battles.
Yeah, that did not quite go as planned, but that's okay. That opening salvo with 2 double hits was amazing.
Yeah, that was what I've been looking for a while when using a Hunchback 2C. I have to tell you, I've literally never done that before.
It's about time.
This has always been one of my favorite mechs because of its potential 80 points of damage for fairly low heat build out.
Yeah. It's terrifying.
Yeah, she holds a very short interview afterwards that doesn't mention you by name or Apex Dragons, but talks a lot about thoughtfulness, acceptance, understanding, the virtues and values of the inner sphere, and the welcoming nature of the world of Solaris.
Okay.
And man, people are going nuts over her, man. Like already, she had the shrimp crowd firmly in hand as a member of Team Minxful, but coming out against, against Apex Dragons, it's very popular right now.
Okay.
even tacitly, indirectly.
Yeah. So we lost him.
Well, she's just one competitor.
That's fair.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Your friendship with her has ended before it ever began, but
Yeah.
maybe one day you can show that you're changed.
That's right.
You are the good guy you've always said that you were.
That's true.
He just needed a character arc to show true understanding of clan values.
Clearly needed to know what I was saying before I said it.
Yeah, so you find yourself sitting across from William. Before we do that, let's talk about some other things. You didn't guarantee victory, which in this case slightly works out in your favor.
Yeah.
No medical rehab.
Okay.
You are a mech tech?
I am, yes.
So your mech's cost will be reduced by 1. So you don't have any clan tech, so you have internal custom. So that's 3, so you're back to 2 points of damage. Sorry, 2 wealth to repair.
Not too bad.
They need a prime mover ammunition truck to get your mech off the battlefield. It has to be hoisted onto a crane because of missing all of the missing parts.
Yeah, when they come up, Hillbilly's there, just kind of like petting it a little bit and be like, "They're there. It's okay. I know it was hard."
The musket's intact though.
Yeah, good.
That's
good.
the important part. What do you call her? Bluebell?
One of a kind. Buttercup.
Buttercup. I knew it was a flower. Yeah, I think that somewhere on the torso, like the butter has been sliced off by a laser, and it just says "cup" now.
Cup. Oh, my cup runneth over.
Yeah. You gain 1 point of experience for participating in the battle.
Cool.
You think I would learn to bookmark this thing. You lost the match, so increase your stress by 1.
Okay.
Do you have a hotel room?
I do. You
ablate that point of stress.
Perfect. That keeps me at 3 stress. No.
Yep. You were at 3 before. You're still at 3 now.
That's right. I'm trying to remember if I lost 2 stress in the opening. If I lost 2 stress, then I'm at 2 stress.
You lost 1 stress. You failed the second roll, which is why she's upset with you.
That's right. I forgot about that. There it is.
Apex Dragons, avowed racists. That's what's going to be on every message board.
That was the opposite of what I was trying to say, too. I was saying everybody's human, both them and us.
Tortugan Alliance would like to talk about a stable merger.
Oh, Jesus. That's too funny.
You are seated across from William, who says, William?
Dubs. That was a rough one out there.
We've seen a lot of competition from Knockout recently. She's attempting to do the rebrand to Celeste, stepping away from her legacy call sign somewhat.
Really?
And I understand that she's been spending a lot of time in the Valhalla Shield Club for the greatest top 15% mech warriors in the Inner Sphere. Without being able to defeat her, you will not be part of that number, at least not today. But I will watch your career with great interest. I'm expecting big things out of you. How do you expect to pick up and move on after this battle?
Today was definitely not my day. You know, we had 2 pretty similar machines coming out against each other, and that opening salvo was something else. I don't think I've ever been on the receiving end of something like that. That was hammer after hammer. I don't even know what to do in that scenario, man. I was sweating. I stuck in there, though. I wasn't willing to give it up until, well, it was too far gone to ever reach. So
what was more important in this battle, luck or skill?
Oh, that's a good question. You know, I got to say, Knockout looked a little better than the last time we might have seen her. That was peak performance right there from her, and you know, I can't fault that. That was beautiful.
That is
shooting.
a meme now. 100% a meme is just her in a 1980s style BattleTech recruiting poster, just like her abs running her hair in through her hair. Like, this is peak performance in a mech cockpit. Before this interview is over, it's already on all the message boards.
Beautiful. That's my gift to her for upsetting her, I guess.
My gift to
her. Oh, shoot. Well, yeah, you know, and that was it was brutal. It was brutal, but it was entertaining. Hopefully everybody had fun. Hopefully Solaris got a kick out of that.
Did you have fun?
Absolutely. I had a blast out there. I learned a lot. I learned a lot before the match too.
Do you feel like
a bit of an education?
You really had a chance here, that you were close to victory? If
absolutely.
I see.
Absolutely. I don't know what was going on today. My accuracy was just something else. I missed damn near every shot, and that's not like me. I don't know what happened out there. I thought I got better before this.
So do you believe that the kind of skill you need to face down with top 15% pilots in the Inner Sphere, that's within your grasp? You have that capability to become that kind of pilot?
Absolutely. It's there.
Okay.
It's in front of me. I just need to chase it. Maybe a little harder, but I need to chase it. And I'm going to double down. I'm going to redouble my efforts.
What are your plans moving forward then for training?
For training. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like mobility was a bit of a piece of pain for me this time around. We might be going in that route.
That's unusual for you, because your mech has been customized to be one of the most mobile possible mechs.
It's got fast feet, but you know what? This was a different arena. There were a lot of ups and downs. They were changing in the sight lines. Everything was moving. That was a new experience. Maybe that's what I wasn't really ready for. I don't know.
So you were distracted by the Boreal Reach's unique holographic projection.
Something wasn't right out there, that's for sure. I'll tell you that much.
You think if you battled here again, you would have a better chance?
Absolutely. Maybe today was nerves. Maybe it was. I don't know. The next time I'm coming out, we're gonna get it. I believe in myself.
William, anything else you'd like to follow up with? Any surprise announcements, pronouncements, business deals,
well, sure. You
statements?
Know what I'd like to say is, I feel like people might have gotten the wrong idea on some of these things, but you know what? I'd like to donate my broadcast rights for this match to a foundation I'm going to found called the Billy Book Bonanza. And its goal is to spread knowledge throughout the Inner Sphere. And you know what? I grew up during a war. We've had nothing but that in the last couple of years here, the clan invasion and everything else that's gone around it. There's a lot of desperate people out there. You know, one thing that got me through my hard times was a good book. And so that's what the goal of the Billy Book Bonanza is to get a book in any child's hands that might need it.
Make your roll. Secure those media broadcasting rights.
That is a 12.
That's double sixes with the Marek Eagles on the top.
That's right.
After the interview, within minutes, you get interest from Upbuoyance Stables, who are the stable of Primo and Smash, indicating that they would like to make large donations to your foundation.
Excellent.
As long as, when they describe Reading Rainbow, essentially, as long as Smash and Primo and yourself all appear in a LeVar Burton style capacity to read books to children. And they indicate that they have some pull with Comstar, and they'll make sure that this foundation is more than just the planet of Solaris, that like it'll be a data collection that you can access on any planet in the Inner Sphere through your Comstar network.
I love it.
Okay, yeah, things go perfectly for you in that regard. You come off great.
Rebuild some of that goodwill with the people.
So let's see here, William. You are now I think this is right. You have 3 successful and 1 unsuccessful advertising.
That sounds right.
Interesting. It's time for you to tell me about several things. First, I'm not here to pressure you to do it, but I do want to remind you that until all 6 mech warriors of Apex Dragons have researched the trader within the stable, it will not advance. You might be on the edge of stress. I need your 4 intern choices as to which mech warrior they're assigned to. Anything else you'd like to do on your own, and end of week stuff. So whether you want to gain experience or rest.
Okay. Well, I will definitely research the trader. So Hillbilly is going to, in his capacity as a mech tech, he's worked with many suppliers and various things like that. So his goal on this is to take a look at, some of our parts purchases that have occurred for the matches that showed the funny betting patterns, essentially, and try to correlate those to specific suppliers, perhaps.
Following up on Kyle's research, then.
Yeah. Exactly.
Please go ahead, make your research roll.
That is a 6. Is research, what skill is that?
Instinct.
So that's a 7 for me then.
Perfect. You gain 1 stress, so now you're at 4.
Yep.
You also get to pick 1 option on the research table.
Well, let me pull that back up, see what my options are. Let's see. I guess what should I be on the lookout for, maybe? Is
that you spend a lot of time searching. No one wants to answer your questions. You start working your way back through the supply chain. It's a black and white noir detective thing. Nobody wants answers. There's dames that are nothing but legs you talk to. There's hard-bitten war veterans and all of the staples of the genre, until you end up in a back alley with a guy who just keeps saying, "It's about the hat, man. Look, you're not looking to talk to me, okay? You're looking to talk to the hat."
Oh, okay. So does Hillbilly make the connection with that business card he might have been handed?
Yeah, I think he shows you a business card that looks exactly like yours. You pulls yours out, and he goes, "So they've already gotten to you." And then he grabs a hat off of he grabs like a hat out of a dumpster nearby, and he starts running. He's like, "They'll get all of us in the end. They'll get all of us, Schmidt." He goes running off into the streets, into the dark nights of Solaris City, with the drizzling rain of the summer nights.
Hillbilly, obviously calmly turns away in the rain and lights a cigarette with him.
Jazz music immediately is playing. Just
neon
one
lights
saxophone
flickering in the background.
I'm marking you down as a successful research.
Okay. Oh gosh, now I gotta make decisions on these interns.
Yep.
This is gonna be hard because there's some interesting people here, and there's multiple people that I think should be with some of them. Oh my god, and I'm so bad at some of the backgrounds. Let's see. So there's Astrid.
Astrid Elsa daughter. She's a Rasselhag orphan. Who's out to become a great competitor in order to gain the battle skills necessary to reclaim her planet.
Okay. I mean, it would be funny to put her with Seth, but I won't do that.
Seth has been begging for this specific type of character.
That's true. I mean, it does fit. That was my initial inclination, but I was like, wouldn't she hate him?
It would be a horrible mistake, yes.
Okay, just checking.
Hey, look, I'm not here to tell you how to do things. I'm just telling you that it will end in disaster.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay, so then there was the miner who is, what's her name?
Lynn Hilder, no last name given.
Yep.
She's also from
Rasselhag.
She's from the Free Rasselhag Republic, but that's not the planet she's from. She's from the planet. Give me a sec. I gotta go look up the investors' info. She's from the planet Otrecht.
Okay. Oh man.
And she is the pinnacle of Rasselhaginess, from her looks down to her political philosophy.
Okay. Well, shoot.
Yeah, that's what these people want to do. Shoot.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what? I feel like Saya Jade Falcon would make sense with Kyle Morgan.
Ah, interesting.
He has the affinity there, and I think that could be a good bridge. Pavusha Constantine. That feels like Cosmo kind of needs that in order to repair a bridge potentially.
Okay.
So that makes sense to me. And then that leaves our two Rasselhagians. And who should they go with?
They're so Swedenese. They
Yeah.
speak flawless Swedenese. Less good
Flawless
Swedish. Less good
Okay.
Japanese.
Interesting. Pairing either of with the bloodthirsty one with Hunter feels hilarious and wrong. But that's the thing. It's like these two are tough to place. Anywhere I put them kind of essentially puts them on a side in a battle. I guess they could just go with Amos and I. And that would be relatively neutral. Who goes to who, indeed.
Do you think you can handle a firebrand?
Do I think I can? That's a great question.
Do you think Amos can? We've seen him crack a little bit.
That's true. Yeah, but the only other options are Hunter and Seth, and we know that they'll just amp it up to 10. Oh, shoot. All right. Well, yeah, I think Hillbilly will take on the firebrand. He feels as the champion, that is his duty to calm some of those crazier instincts, and Amos can take the minor, Lynn's daughter there.
Lynn Hilder, okay.
Lynn Hilder, yeah.
All right. Did we decide whether you were spending the week relaxing or training?
I will be forced to rest because otherwise I will go into the next match at 4 again. So
okay,
resting it shall be.
What does that entail? What's that look like?
That's a good question. So I feel like after the last match, Hillbilly is feeling kind of rough because he thought he'd worked on his shooting a little bit. He probably winds up like getting in touch with his grandpa or something and going on like a little like hunting retreat or something to sort of work on that a little bit.
Okay. Somewhere on Solaris, then you like fly to the north side and go hunt large mammals with long range firearms,
something like that.
Okay. I don't know if you're like a crossbow hunter or something and you hunt deer or this, that, and the next thing.
I feel like Hillbilly would do this for sure. Either one. Okay. Whatever season that it's in,
Well, it's the summer. I don't know hunting season. Sorry, friends.
Same.
I know how to use a firearm. I just don't know when to use a firearm.
Yeah.
Because I don't use them regularly.
Exactly.
Yeah. Wow. What a match. What a follow-up. I feel like the final post-credit scene is just Elizabeth buried under a bunch of paperwork. She still hasn't slept in the last 24 hours either. Followed up with bone. Interview requests and statements to explain what exactly the Hillbilly meant.
It should be clear. Everyone is a person.
There's like 6 lawyers outside camped out trying to become the lawyer for Seth Ghostbear.
Oh, man. Yeah, she's up to her neck.
So sad. So sad. We all feel bad for Elizabeth, except the people who don't. That rounds out this rank of matches for this week. I do want to announce that 2 new positions will be available. I'm still finishing up the exact mechanics and cost for them, but they will be available on the investor board. One will be the promoter, and by purchasing it, investors will expand the amount of ranks our gladiators will be able to jump. So instead of only being able to challenge between 3 to 5 above them, they'll be able to jump twice as far, 6 to 10, which will allow them to rank up very quickly if they have that kind of skill or if they have a mad cat. The other position will be for stable manager, and that person will allow competitors to both rest and gain an experience every week at the same time through the use of efficient time management scheduling systems. What's it called? PPM? Six Sigma? It's just they're nothing
gonna
but
be keeping our
buzzwords.
KPIs in check.
Oh, please no. So keep an eye out next week for the unveiling of promoter and stable manager.
Excellent.
Anything you'd like to add?
I think this one speaks for itself.
Oh, it's so entertaining to have you as always, Ludemann.
Thank
I know
you.
you stumbled a little bit there, and I hammered you on it. It really was a very minor thing, but the Team Minxville are very big on not making political statements as much as possible.
That makes sense.
Yeah, they want to appeal to the broadest possible audience by taking no stands on anything but topics everyone can agree on.
I got you. No, that makes total sense. And, it feels like Hillbilly has to sort of accidentally get stuck in drama, right?
It's the only way for him to be in drama is by accident.
Yeah.
He never chose this life.
No.
Oh, what a follow-up to yesterday's match.
Yeah. Yesterday was crazy.
Today was crazy. that was 80 points of armor damage.
Yeah.
6 seconds.
Mech gone, basically.
Brutal. Absolutely brutal. All right, Ludemann, thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
Have a good afternoon, audience.
You as well.